Okay guys, I wanted to create a little video on how you would, I don't know, present this information one-on-one with someone. Let's say you're at a dinner party or you're in the elevator and you don't have a lot of time, but you want to explain keto intermittent fasting in a way that gets them interested. Okay, I mean it could be done on a webinar, but I want to explain a concept, okay? So the first thing is you can see the guy has a huge belly and you want to tell him this. Now, assuming they have a resistant, stubborn weight problem, which is usually the case, you just say, listen, there's an easier and faster way to lose fat, okay? Do you want to know about it? Right there, he's going to go, really? Yeah, faster, easier? Okay. Yeah, so when you have fat burning or losing weight, people will usually tell you need to eat less and exercise more. Everyone knows that, but no one's successful doing this, okay? And that is because the information that they're using is completely and utterly false. It's not true. So, in other words, if you're trying to do anything, I don't care what it is, to be successful, you have to have the correct information, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, try to, let's say you're a student and you're studying something. Wouldn't it be helpful to have the correct information on how to study, how to learn something? Or let's say you're in a marriage. Wouldn't it be helpful to learn how to communicate first? Or let's say you're doing public speaking and you don't know anything about communication. Well, you're not going to be successful. So the same thing with trying to lose weight. No one knows how to burn fat correctly, okay? So because they're losing weight, they're losing water weight and muscle weight, but they don't know about the fat cell. So I'm going to show you 3 things, powerful things, that rarely do people know to the level they need to, relating to the fat cell. Do you want to know this? Okay, and they go, yeah, I want to know. So there's 3 things you must know about fat. Number 1, hormones control fat. And I'm talking about the storage of fat and the burning of fat. Okay? Hormones control fat. And fat burning, the release of fat, requires an enzyme, okay? A certain enzyme. An enzyme is the thing in your body that does the work. It helps break things down. And it's called hormone-sensitive lipase. Lipase comes from the Greek word which means lipo or fat, and ase means an enzyme. So it's a certain kind of a dissolver for fat. Okay, and it's triggered by a hormone, okay? And it's triggered by the decreasing of insulin, okay? So in other words, anytime insulin decreases, this enzyme is triggered and you burn fat, okay? That's the most important thing, okay? So you're teaching them something that is very, very important. Okay, number 3, here's some ways to lower insulin that are very not known. They're uncommon, but they're very powerful. Number 1, you can't go on a low-fat diet. When you do low-fat proteins, you trigger insulin. So the more lean protein is, the more low-fat a protein is, okay, the more you're gonna spike insulin, because consuming fat is the only food that doesn't trigger insulin. Wow. Now you haven't heard that in a while, have you? I mean, take a look at the American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, the American Society of Obesity, the authorities, the mainstream recommendation. What do they recommend? Low fats, high carb. Yeah. So you see the problem? So it's not your fault that you couldn't lose weight. It's not your low willpower. It's not your laziness. You've just been given the wrong information. Yeah, that's why you're not losing weight. Okay? Number 2, these healthy snacks between the meal to keep the blood sugars up, to keep from overeating. That's the recommendation by mainstream. Bad idea, because every time you eat anything, you're going to trigger insulin. So people are doing these protein shakes, protein bars between meals to elevate their blood sugars, or grazing at night on so-called healthy foods, fruit, nuts. Guess what? You're spiking insulin. Yeah. So you want to do the least frequent meals possible. Okay? Last one, no more healthy grains. Okay, these so-called heart-healthy whole grains, it's pure sugar. It's going to turn into sugar really fast, even faster than sugar. So whether something is refined grain or whole grain, it still breaks down the sugar even faster than consuming table sugar. On the glycemic index, it's higher than actual sugar. Yeah. So that's what's keeping you fat right here. And of course you want to avoid the carbs as well. There's a whole list of other things too, but these are just things that people don't realize. Okay, those are the 3 most important things you need to know about the fat cell and fat burning. And what I do is I have a program that is designed to help undo the damage, help you lose weight, but mainly to get healthy. Then lose the weight as a natural consequence of getting healthy. It's a long-term lifestyle. It's not a diet. So there's 2 strategies we use: healthy keto and intermittent fasting. It's very powerful. Would you like a business card? Okay, good. I'll set up a free consult. So that's kind of how you would present it. You have to practice it. But I think that would actually shift someone's viewpoint and get them very interested. Okay? Thanks for watching.